Hello, warriors. I hope you're all doing good. It's been a while since we last spoke, right? I know things have changed since the last time we spoke. The November 23 results came. A lot of you qualified, and so my personal congratulations to all of you to become a successful chartered accountant. I know you're going to do a great job in building the nation's future. However, this video is for all my friends, colleagues, and warriors who could not qualify the November 23. I know you've gone through a hard time. The last 2 weeks would not have been easy on you. You may have heard people talking about things, people making suggestions, giving recommendations, you going through a personal trauma and all those things. I understand. I cannot say that I have also gone through the phase in my life before, but I know the pain. You know, looking through students over the last 5 years, I know how it feels, and so I can empathize with you. But nevertheless, I think we're already past that, right? It's time to move on. It's time to start making some fresh decisions. It's time to start looking at the future. I know it's not an easy task, but if it was easy, it was not CA, right? As a CA final student, I think you should realize by this point of time that success and failure come hand in hand. It's not always that you will achieve success. At the same time, it's not always that failure is constant. You sometimes have to face either of the two in order to reach the final stage of success. Let's take November 23 in the same terms. Now, the reason why you may have not cleared this November 23 could be various reasons. It could be because of a default from ICA side, or it could be a default from your side as well. Regardless of the fact, it's time to reflect and improve for the future. In this video, we're going to forget what has happened in November 23 while taking a learning from them and look at what our May 24 success strategy should be. Now, I'll be giving you a general guidance on how your May 24 strategy should be for all the papers. At the same time, focusing on what the changes are from direct tax perspective so that you can understand my subject a little better. Firstly, Rahul, I know after the results have come in, there's a lot of faculties who have posted out videos and are making a lot of suggestions. Which of those should I consider? Which of those should I not consider? Now, I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to be the right faculty to come and give you the right suggestions and you should ignore those faculties. Let me tell you this way. At this point of time when I'm making this video, my intention is to be less of a faculty and more of a friend to you, right? So everything which I'm going to tell you right now is going to be a friendly suggestion or an opinion to you. It's your choice whether you want to take it. It's your choice whether you want to trust someone else. That's completely your decision. At the end of the day, it's your results. Firstly, Rahul, we're already at the end of Jan. Do you think this is a good time for me to now take a step back, feel like I have not done a good job in November 23, buy all the 6 lectures which are applicable for May 24 and start again? I would say no. I would say no. I know there are a lot of faculties in the market who are right now preaching about the fact that May 24 has a new syllabus coming into picture. You have new things to reflect upon. You have new changes happening upon. And therefore, this is the time to make a fresh investment. Buy all the full course lectures once again. Read the lectures once again. Go through the lectures once again. And then prepare yourself for May 24. Do not be cringy about it. Do not save money here because this money saved is not going to help you in the future and all those things. I have a difference of opinion. Do not start feeling like you are an incapable person just because you did not clear November 23. Like I told, there could be various reasons why you did not clear November 23, and a default from your side should not be one of those, right? At this point of time, taking a chance and going through all the lectures of the 6 subjects once again is going to spend a lot of time and efforts for you, which is not required. I do understand there is a change in syllabus. I'm not denying that fact. But no syllabus has changed to the extent that 100% reflection has to happen once again. You may have some chapters coming in, you may have some chapters going out. That is what your focus should be on. To focus on the 10% of the change in syllabus makes more sense rather than reflecting and reviewing the same 90% of the syllabus which you have already read in the past, right? Stop falling into the traps of buying full course lectures right now. You do not have the time or the resources right now to do that. Do not do it. Right? So the first and the most important suggestion from my side as a friend to you, it's time to improve, not to restart. Do not restart your preparations. I know how November 23 has gone. Do not pace yourself in such a way where you come and make a decision saying, Rahul, you know what, since I did not clear November 23, maybe I'm not a qualified person, maybe I don't have the right knowledge right now, maybe I am not doing the right thing, and therefore maybe let's start once again and let's start doing it again and again. Answer is no. Please understand, if you had the kind of guts to go and sit in a November 23 paper, it is only because of the fact that you prepared something and went, right? So there is something which is in your head which you just need to reflect back. You do not have to restart the whole preparation again merely because you faced a failure once, right? It is like you coming and saying that I fell down from a bicycle, let me stop doing it over again. No. Because you fell down from a bicycle, now is the time to pick up the bicycle once again and understand why did you fall down. Maybe one side of the pedal was not working. Maybe both sides were not in sync properly. That is the kind of reflection which you want to do. At this point of time, telling that you've fallen down from a bicycle, therefore I will throw this bicycle and take a fresh bicycle is very stupid to understand, right? So please do not fall into that trap. I'm telling you that very seriously. Rahul, if you're telling me that I should not take a full course, what do you think should be my strategy? It's very simple. Plan a schedule. At the end of January are you right now? You have 3 more months, Feb, March and April, right? Since you're in CA final, you should understand by this point of time that reading is not the only way to clear an exam. It needs an amount of practice. It needs an amount of test. And therefore, my strategy would be from back to front. Take April as the month in which you are only going to write tests. Take April in the month in which you are only going to reflect yourself and improve yourself better. Which means the only 2 months which you have right now in your hand to do something productive is Feb and March. This month of Feb and March should be your strategic plan of action, where I would request that in the month of Feb, you now sit and patiently understand as to what is the change in syllabus between the November 23 and May 24. Go ask your respective faculties. I'm very sure by this time, most of the faculties would have already started posting out videos. I'm also starting in very soon, but faculties would have already started posting out videos confirming to you as to what is the bridge between the November 23 and the May 24. You just need to go through those specific chapters and update your concepts or knowledge in such a way, or your notes in such a way that you are aware about what you should prepare for May 24 and what you should ignore from November 23. Take the month of Feb to reflect upon those chapters. Rahul, what am I doing in March? Now, March is the crucial month for you. March is the month in which you are going to start understanding as to why you could not clear in this November 23. Meaning, in the month of March, you're now going to reflect back and make those choices about reading a chapter which you probably missed out on November 23 because of various reasons. Should you start focusing on those? March is also for the period for you to understand whether is there any chapter which I read but probably I did not understand. Maybe that is an important chapter and I could not clear the exam because of that. Feb for your updation, March for your reflection. With your Feb and March getting over and you have a confidence on your subjects which you have for your May 24, April is the month in which you try to put this knowledge to test. Writing tests is what the strategy would be. By this time, since you're in May 24, I know there is a lot of materials which you will have in your hand to reflect yourself. One obviously would be the 2 mock tests which ICA would release. Second will be the RTPs which ICA would release. Third will be the MCQ tests which ICA would release. That 3 alone will be sufficient for you to reflect upon what kind of preparations you have done in the month of Feb and March and see what are those gaps. That gaps is what you will start filling in the month of April, by which what would happen is by the end of April, you're already confident that yes, you know what, I know everything which is relevant for May 24 and I'm ready to take the syllabus off. I feel the most simplest and the best strategy which you can follow at this point of time. Now, you may come and tell, Rahul, you're telling it's a simple. How do you tell that? It sounds easy, but it is very difficult to do it. I know. But imagine doing this versus buying all the full course lectures, starting over once again, not having the time to complete them, and then worrying about the fact as to what is going to happen in May 24. Seems more better, right? I'm repeating the strategy once again so that you can note it down. Feb is for your bridge period, meaning to understand the difference between November and May and reading those concepts and preparing yourself there. March is the month for you to reflect those chapters which you did not understand. Please do not spend time reading those chapters which you are aware and confident upon. You're wasting time. You can anyway do that by way of the tests which you're going to do in April. So that will automatically be taken care of. Do not spend time and efforts into those kind of topics which you are already aware about. You're wasting time for yourself and for us. Don't do it. Use the month of March effectively to improve yourself in what things which you could not understand in November 23 and upgrade yourself to that extent so that you're more confident in May. April only for tests, because one thing which you need to understand is a person cannot clear everything in a single go. It needs an amount of practice. It needs an amount of putting yourself on the fire. November 23, you would have realized it by now. The moment you entered the exam hall, the stress which you had, the sweat which is falling down, the pressure which is around you, that's something which you need to face in live action. You need to upgrade yourself in such a way that the month of May, when you're writing your exams, you're already bored of writing exams in such a way that you feel like every time you get a paper, you know what is going to come and this is what you're going to answer. As simple as that. The fear of exam is something which you need to remove, and that is only going to happen by way of continuous improvement in the form of tests. So please undertake those. That's important. Now, Rahul, should I undertake tests in the form of test series and all faculties are doing test series? There is a lot of groups doing test series and all. Answer is no. I do not expect you to do that. While yes, if a faculty is going to conduct a full course test for you, like 100 marks test or something, please do try it out. That's okay. But right now, starting with a chapter wise test and again is a waste of time and efforts, because like I said, there'll be certain chapters which you already know about. Wasting time on those chapters is a waste of efforts for you. Last and the most important thing, Rahul, I know I have to read a subject once again, which is probably group 1, group 2, or probably both the subjects. Should I open up my study material once again, solve all the questions once again? No. You have already done that efforts for November 23. Do not sit and waste time on your questions once again. That is not the practice. Like I said, only focus on those kind of chapters which you are not aware about, or chapters which you are yet to improve yourself upon. That's the simple strategy for you. I hope this is clear for all of you. Anyway, moving on, coming to the subject which I handle, because I have to give you guidance on what changes there are. Let me help you with what are the changes which is there for direct taxes. Paper number, I think it's paper number 4 right now. Yeah, so the new syllabus has paper number 4. The pattern has not changed. You still have 30% of MCQs coming in. The 70% is remaining as a descriptive paper. Rahul, what are the changes then? First and the most important change, which I'm sure every one of you is aware, that every time you move from a November to May, the first and the most important change which comes into is your Finance Act changes. So the first and the most important thing which you will have to pay special focus in the month of Feb, at least from a direct tax perspective, is your Finance Act amendments. Right? You need to be aware about what are the changes which happen in the budget, and so incorporate those for your May 24 exams. Second, you will also have changes in relation to case laws. While you may be aware, or in case you're not aware, every attempt when ICAI goes for exam, they also release 2 things. One is called as a statutory update, one is called as a judicial update. Statutory update is nothing but the circulars and notifications which has come between the period of last attempt to the current attempt. Right now, when I'm talking about Finance Act 2023 amendments, obviously the statutory updates get combined there itself, so I'm not discussing it in detail separately. The point is to focus on the judicial updates. Now, judicial updates is nothing but the case laws which has come in the last 6 months, which ICAI feels are important and significant for testing in exams. Current year's judicial updates has also been notified. You have about some 6-7 extra case laws which ICAI has notified. You just have to read those case laws once again so that you can understand those case laws for your exam perspective. One of those case laws will mandatory come for 4 marks is what the normal understanding is. So you have to read the judicial updates as well. Right? Apart from this, Rahul, what are the changes? One, not something which is going to impact your preparation, but good to know, is that in the old syllabus, your international taxation was worth 30 marks and your balanced domestic taxation was worth 70 marks. In the new syllabus, this demarcation has been removed. Meaning now there is only one subject called direct tax and international taxation. International taxation has no category of 30 marks. It can come for any number of marks at this point of time, is what the idea is. So they have removed the demarcation. Now beyond this, what is the change in the syllabus? What is the change in the syllabus? The change in the syllabus is what I've highlighted on the bottom. You will find the additions and the deletions. On the addition side, now direct tax has 3 extra topics which has been introduced. One is what we call as Black Money Act. The other is what we call as tax audit report. Now you may be aware about tax audit report coming in audit. It has been scrapped away from audit and now moved to direct taxes. So income tax now has a direct tax now has a chapter called as tax audit report, which you need to pay focus on. Black Money Act, if you have an idea or if you don't have an idea, Black Money Act was a part of the international taxation open book exam in your November syllabus. That has been removed because open book itself has been removed for international taxation and has been introduced in your May 24. normal paper number 4 itself. Finally, the last chapter called as developments in international taxation. Now, this is a very vague chapter where they're just talking about some extra developments which has happened in international taxation on a global level, like BEPS Action Plan 2 and all those things. A fairly theoretical chapter is what I would say. Rahul, is the changes very significant? Answer is no. Look at the chapters. Tax audit report, you would have already learned in audit, so there is nothing extra for you to learn, so no extra efforts in this. Black Money Act is a hardly 4-page chapter. Hardly 4-page chapter, a very small chapter with no important significance to it. So 4-page chapter, 4 marks for your exam. 4-page chapter, 4 marks for your exam. We will tell you what are the respective topics to read in Black Money Act, and the chapter will automatically get over for you. So please don't worry about the Black Money Act. Coming to the developments in international taxation, like I said, you already had 3 theory chapters: the interpretation of treaties, the multilateral instruments, MFNs, and all those things. Apart from that, now this has come in extra. This will be clubbed with your theoretical chapter. So in all likelihood, the 4 chapters together will get 1 4-mark question. You wish to read it, you don't wish to read it, is your choice, right? So Rahul, is the additions very significant? Answer is no. Pay special focus on Black Money Act. You already know tax audit report. You're automatically done with the additions. Rahul, what has been removed in your syllabus? 2 things which were very apparently removed in the prior attempts also, but was not explicitly clarified, now has been explicitly clarified. Salaries and HP have been removed from your international tax, from your final syllabus. They were a part of inter syllabus and were never tested in final level also. Now they have explicitly removed it for your final syllabus. However, it's not that they have removed it completely. The basics of income tax now have a small theory part of those salaries and HP to the limited extent of what is relevant for you from a double taxation relief. For those who have attempted November 23 would know that there is a chapter called as double taxation relief. In that double taxation relief, normally you get questions relating to individuals. What income tax has done is, income tax has removed the whole syllabus of salaries, whole chapters of salaries and HP, but the points of salaries and HP, like standard deduction, like 30% standard deduction, those things are something which you still need to know when you attempt your double taxation relief. In simple words, what has been scrapped away for you is all domestic taxation rules when it comes to individual residents. You only need to know those kind of topics which are relevant in case you are a non-resident or in case you are going to opt for double taxation relief. As simple as that. As simple as that. So in simple words, Rahul, the whole syllabus now, even in the syllabus, even if you see something called as chapter 6A, ATC, ATD and all those things, you have to only give a brief walkthrough. You will not be expected to read and mug up those things for exam perspective, but these may still come as a part of double taxation relief or as a part of non-resident taxation. So if you see an item and you notice that this item may not be significantly important for a double taxation relief or a non-resident taxation, and you have the confidence that it is already there in CA inter syllabus, don't pay focus on those. You don't have to read it. Meaning, for your final level, now you need to pay special focus only on company level taxation and individual level taxation from a double taxation relief perspective. I hope that's clear to you. Yes, while it is not explicitly clarified, looking at the questions which are now there in the pattern, you will automatically understand as to how it is. But yes, like I told, do not do the questions once again, so do not pay focus on those, right? Now, Rahul, this is what the syllabus of direct tax is. What do you think is the best way to approach this subject? Should I take a full course? Should I take a fast track? Should I take a marathon? Should I take amendments? What and all should I refer? What and all should I not refer? How should I approach the paper? I have put out a simple table for you to understand. Let me categorize you into 3 categories. One is the person who would like to buy a full course. One is the person who would like to buy a fast track. One is the person who would like to not do anything but just prepare for himself, right? Who should opt for what? First, Rahul, I am a November 23 non-pass out guy or a female. I am writing May 24. Should I opt for a full course? Absolutely not. Open declaration to you, do not go and opt for any faculty's full course lecture at this point of time. Please understand, you may also be aware about the fact direct tax is a voluminous subject. It takes about 180 to 230 hours for every faculty to complete this subject. Imagine spending that much time in your next 2 months. You will not be able to complete the syllabus. Do not make that mistake. Full courses are only for those students who have not even touched the subject ever in life and want to read the subject from a fresh perspective. That is the only kind of student who should opt for a full course. At this point of time, you are not that right person to do it. If you are planning to opt for a full course, I'm sorry, but I'll be very harsh to you to say that you are not ready for May 24. think about moving to November 24 if you want to do that. That is the only time when you will have sufficient time to do a full course. Rahul, what is the alternative? Here is when I will ask you a simple question. Tell me what is your level of comfort on the subject. If you tell me that Rahul, I've done the subject, if I have done the subject, but I have zero conceptual clarity. For some reason, I know the subject, I've read the subject, but I could not focus so much on the subject because I did not read the recordings properly. The faculty could not explain it to me properly, or I did not pay special attention to it properly. I was lack of discipline on it, whatever it is. I have zero conceptual clarity, and therefore, whenever I look at a question, I'm not able to see how to approach a question. In this point of time, you unfortunately have no other options but to opt for a fast track class. You will have to opt for a fast track class. Fast track class would range about 90 to 120 hours. You have to opt for a fast track class. In this fast track class, the faculty would then proceed on an exam oriented approach, meaning going not beyond your syllabus. He will tell you as to which chapters do you have to pay special focus for your exams, which chapters, what topics are important for your exams, and which chapters, what topics, which way you should approach it in the exam. Right? So fast track class at this point of time will help you get your conceptual clarity to the extent that you can clear your exams. Only opt for this classes in case you have zero confidence on approaching a paper. Rahul, I have done November 23 properly. I have gone, I have read the syllabus, I have done it properly. I have a certain amount of confidence that I wrote properly also. I could not clear because maybe I did not reach the expectation of the ICA, or maybe because ICA did not correct the papers properly. But I know that I'm completely confident on my paper. I know how to approach the subject also. What do you suggest? Very easy. Suggest is that follow the same strategy which we spoke. Feb, March and April. Feb is the month for updation. Meaning in the month of Feb for direct taxes, you will now pay focus on those additions and deletions which we spoke about, plus the Finance Act 2024 amendments, plus the judicial updates. So your month of Feb will be for 4 items. What did we discuss? It will be for the additions, it will be for the Finance Act amendments, and for the judicial updates. Rahul, how would you help me in this? Very simple. The additions and the Finance Act 2024 amendments all come into a part of something called as amendment lectures. Starting this week, I am going to now upload amendment lectures for all those changes which are there from November 23 to May 24, so that you can read it yourself. This will be detailed lectures which I would have taken up for the full course lectures. I will give those lectures to you free of cost on YouTube. You just have to go to my channel. I will show it to you probably. In my channel, if you go, you will find something called as a playlist. Now in this playlist right now, it has not started, but it is going to start soon. You will find a fresh playlist here which will be called as CA Final May 24 November 24 Amendments. You will be able to find all the lectures in this playlist. You just have to go to those and you will be able to update yourself with what are the changes which has happened from November 23 to May 24. This is the first support. This amendment lectures will also have the judicial updates. So please don't worry about it. I will also take you the case laws plus the amendments in those playlists. Second, Rahul, I have done that. Feb is over. Now I am in the month of March. In the month of March, like you said, you want me to sit and update myself on what I did not do as a chapter, or you want me to revise myself for the old patterns. Here is where now we will do something called as a revision lecture, or in very famous terms, we call it as marathon, right? What we'll do is a chapter-wise marathon will be uploaded for you, so that whatever chapters you feel you are not confident upon, it will take you an hour or 30 minutes per chapter. If it's a very lengthy chapter like PGBP and all, it'll take an hour. Okay, if it's a very small chapter like IFOS and all, 10 minutes. So a chapter-wise lecture will be uploaded on YouTube, where you can go through this chapter and then close your eyes, repeat it along with me and see if you're able to recollect whatever I'm talking about. If you feel that yes, you're able to recollect what I'm talking about, then proceed forward. The chapter is not something which you need to discuss. If not, you will now take that chapter and then read that chapters in the month of March, so that you can update yourself. Yes, this revision lectures will also be like a very good boon for you in the month of April or the day before exams, where instead of going and reading the whole syllabus once again on your own, you can probably see this audio notes or as a video notes, so that you can quickly revise the chapter along with me, right? Obviously, as a faculty, when we do it to you, we know the subject, so we do it a little faster. This will help you improve your pace also in such an extent that you will be able to complete the whole lectures very fast in that 1.5 days of preparation. So this will also be given to you. As of now, as we speak, the revision lectures have already started. If you notice, you will find a playlist called as CA Final May 24 and November 24 Marathons, in which there is already 2 lectures pertaining to capital gains, and PGBP already uploaded for you. The further lectures will now be uploaded and in all likelihood would be done by Feb 15th, so that you can see all those chapter wise lectures and you can feel confident about what topics you need to revise about. Yes, this will sufficiently help you cover your Feb and March properly. Beyond this, Rahul, what should I do in the month of April? Like I clarified, ICI mock test papers, ICI RTPs. 2 mock test papers, 1 RTP will automatically give you the kind of confidence as to what you should be doing for a paper. Beyond this, to help you with the 30% MCQs also, ICI has done a very beautiful thing this time. Until last year, what ICI used to do is ICI used to give an MCQ booklet, which they used to put it out and you need to read it on your own. This year, strategically using the computer technology which they have now created MCQ tests. What you simply need to do is you need to go to the ICI BOS, Board of Studies. You need to log in there and you'll find a new heading now called as MCQ practice. Click on that MCQ practice and ICI has now released chapter wise MCQs for you. And in that chapter wise MCQs also, they have now split into 3 called easy, medium and difficult. What you simply need to do is you need to take a chapter, go into the MCQs which are there on an easy level, medium level and on a difficult level, and on a real time basis give a test with ICI. Give a test with ICI. You will have to take those tests up and you will automatically real time basis be informed as to what your results are from that chapter. If you get a good mark, good for you, leave the chapter, prepare it only as a revision. If not, then that is the time when you understand which chapter you need to pay special focus on once again. The lectures of MCQ will also be uploaded very soon. What I will be doing is I will be getting access of one of those students and I will copy the whole MCQs and I'll put it in a separate PDF and I'll share that PDF out to you. But my request, that PDF is only for your reference. I would request every one of you to go into that MCQ practice and on a real-time basis give a test of those MCQs so that you have that kind of confidence on how to approach an MCQ question in an exam also. This will also help you understand which chapters you need to pay special focus on. Now, the guidance which I'm giving to you is not just for direct tax, it is also for other subjects. Please understand that for new syllabus, MCQs has been notified for all 6 papers and MCQ practice has been notified for all 6 papers. So for every paper which you have, if you follow this approach, you will be able to strongly come and give a confidence to yourself that yes, I know this chapter or I don't know this chapter and I need to read it again. This is something for you to do in the month of March. Feb for your updates, March for your improvements. April, you will automatically be writing tests for you. Yes, this is what you need to do. Yes, so summarizing for all those of my friends who have written November 24 confidently but could not clear it for some reason, you need to only update yourself with the subject and the concepts with amendments and quick revision. How do you do it? The judicial updates will also be uploaded on YouTube. The amendments will also be uploaded on YouTube. Separately, the revision marathons have already started and the balance lectures will also be uploaded on YouTube for you to revise yourself. Keep yourself engaged with the MCQ practice so that you are confident here. Rahul, you are telling me that everything on the right side is for me to use. It's for me to use all self-practice materials. Do I now have to buy a fresh material for May 24? Here is where I would probably agree with other faculties, not for any monetary reasons, but for your benefits. I would strongly recommend that you do purchase the fresh concept guides. Not from random faculties, but from the same faculty from whom you bought the lectures last time. Please understand that in November 23, you would have already purchased a certain faculty's material and you would have already read it from that certain faculty's material. At this point of time, you are fairly aware about how his flow of sequences, you're fairly aware about how the pattern in his material is. To take that fresh material would be rather easier for you. Do not fall into the trap of some faculty coming and telling that yes, I have prepared a better material, this material, that material, it can give you charts, I'll give you charts in just 80 pages, 100 pages, 120 pages, just read this and exam will be over and all those things. Do not fall into those traps. At this point of time, you do not have the luxury to read a fresh material once again, because please understand, a fresh material takes a fresh mindset, and a fresh mindset will take a little slow pace. The learning curve will be smaller and therefore it will take some time for you to prepare from those materials. So my recommendation, please do not take any other faculty's material freshly if you're already confidently comfortable on an old faculty's material, right? But in case you are coming and telling me that Rahul, no, I have probably not used any faculty's material, I have used the faculty's material, but I was not comfortable with this material. I think anyway I have to restart on preparing the material. Then yes, to help you all, I have also prepared a concept guide which has already been launched in the past and you may be aware about it. This is a material with just 500 pages. With just 500 pages, 580 pages, you will be able to cover the whole syllabus of CA Final concept guide. Now this material is purely a concept guide material. It's purely a concept guide material. This material will not have any kind of questions to it. I've already shown this in my earlier YouTube videos, but just for the sake of convenience, let me show it once again. This is a material which you will be getting two volumes, one volume 1 and one volume 2. You'll be getting this 2 volume materials for you to use. Yes, and the material has been designed in such a way that the sequence of chapters is in the best storytelling format. Meaning how logically does a person go through his life for direct access. That is how the material has been designed. The sequence of the chapters is also in such a way, right? You'll find this material available on Amazon as Taxation 101. If you type Taxation 101 on Amazon, you will be able to find this material. You can purchase the material from there and the material will be personally sent to you from my side, right? If I have to show it to you, I think this material together should have about 489. So there is almost about 500 pages material. It's almost about 500 pages material. You just need to read this material and you can easily clear CA final exams, because every single chapter has been covered in a beautiful format, with charts, images, motivations, thought process, extra additional notes, amendments given in different colors, important points given in different colors, all color coded. You can use this material to the best of your satisfaction, but yes, only use this material in case you are not comfortable with the old material which you have. If you are already comfortable with some other faculty's material, please do proceed with that material. You can use this material for the purpose of amendments if you want so. Only for the purpose of amendments, because when we discuss amendments, we'll obviously be discussing from this material only. So for the purpose of amendments, you can have this material, but beyond that, please do not restart anything with a fresh material. It will be a slow learning curve for you. Do not do that. And this is not just for my subject, this is for any subject for that matter. Rahul, I am a student who has not done any classes in the past. I am doing self-study. I do it from another faculty material, or I prepared my own notes. At this point of time, I want to now take someone's material and prepare it from there. In that case, can I opt for your material? Please do so. 100% yes. 100% yes. If you have prepared your own notes, best material which you have in your hand. But yes, amendments, changes, maybe the notes which you prepared is not complete, maybe you have not captured everything which is important. You will find all those small nuances in this material as well. So in that cases and all, you can definitely use this material to the best of your satisfaction. Happy to share this material with all of you. You can purchase it from Amazon by the name Taxation 101, or you can personally reach out to me on Instagram, WhatsApp or Telegram, and I can give you the way to make the payment and get the material in your hand. Both are permissible. But please to make the best use of the material in case you're trying to do it. Rahul, in summary, what exactly is the kind of approach which is going to happen? Very simple. Let's split it out into the way which you will do and the way which I will do. Your process for the next 2 months is to update yourself from November 23 to May 24 and understand which chapters you're not confident upon by reading those chapters and doing an MCQ practice. April month, focus on some mock test papers and some revision test papers which you can support with yourself. If you need some more papers, you can also go for a full course, any test series, but only a full course material, only a full course test and no chapter wise test. From my side, what I will contribute to you, starting now, I will start sharing full detailed lectures for amendments which are there from November 23 to May 24. Detailed lecture on the case laws which has been notified, that is the judicial updates, and detailed I wouldn't say detailed maybe, but clean and crisp revision lectures chapter wise for you to support yourself. Beyond that, you will also get one more playlist of the MCQs which ICAI has released, but that will take a certain amount of time because I will have to copy the whole MCQs from their portal and then put it and then understand it for your sake. Yes, so that will take a certain amount of time, but beyond that, everything else will be properly done. Since I have given you a sequence, I will also follow the same sequence. Which means Feb month will be focused on preparing the amendments for you. March month will be focused on preparing the revision lectures for you along with the MCQs. And April month, obviously, this is more of your self preparations. Yes, if you feel like buying the materials, please to feel free to reach out to us and we can help you as soon as possible on those. If not, feel free to reach out to your respective faculties and get this done. At the same time, the guidance which I've given to you is not just from a direct tax perspective. The approach pretty much remains the same even for other subjects. So please do follow the same approach for your other subjects as well, in case the logic makes sense, and ensure that you get yourself updated with the latest changes which are there by reaching out to your respective faculties of those subjects. Do not fall into the trap of buying full course lectures merely for the updates which are happening, because that would be a waste of time and a waste of resources. Yes, sweet. I know the setback which has come on you is a hard drawn process, but this is the time to wake up and this is the time to move forward. Take it as a learning for you, which you need to improve on in the May 24, and then come back stronger in the month of July by giving the outshining results which you are all deserving. I am very sure that 2024 will be the year of change for all of you to become the qualified chartered accountants which you are definitely deserving. It's just a matter of time and a matter of efforts. Please be consistent on those, and I'm very sure things can work out in your favor. I am also available here at any point of time for any kind of guidance, any kind of support, any kind of queries, or any kind of resolutions which you may require. Feel free to reach out to me regardless of whether you have been my old student or you are a fresh student working from another faculty or doing a self-study. For me, at the end of the day, it is important that every one of you become a qualified CA. And if I can play a small part in that, I would be happy to oblige on that. Reach out to me whenever you feel like. Right now, signing off. Looking forward to seeing you soon in the revision, amendments, judicial updates, MCQs, and a few more guidance lectures. Take care, everyone.